Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. Would you take a 50/50th chance at $5 million or death? Why or why not? Yeah. Either way, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I would totally go into work and act like nothing had happened. Then I'd ask everyone I work with for financial help, tailoring the amount to what I think they could comfortably afford. Everyone who offers to help out gets a nice payday from me at 5 p.m. Anyone I know couldn't afford it gets a free pass and I'd help them out. So there's a 50% chance of you going to work dead. Question: how fast would I die if I lost? Would it be instant or would I have to contemplate my mortality before it happened? I'd say instant death, yes. Can we do it multiple times? This a choice then? Yeah, flip that coin. What's the dowside? You win, 5 mil. You lose, you get best case scenario death. There's only victory here. Pro tip: take out a $10 million life insurance policy to set your family up before taking this bet. Edit: I put zero thought into this answer. Would intentionally putting yourself in danger invalid that policy? It depends on the policy. My life insurance policy has a suicide exclusion for the first 2 years of the policy, which is the ultimate of putting yourself in danger. So if I die after 2 years of having the policy, basically the only way they'll get out of paying is if we don't pay our premiums. I love how you can see the difference of people who answer here. No, I'm worth more than 5 mil, or I love my family too much to risk it. Then you got your people like fuck yeah. Death. Fuck yeah. For me it's kind of a different scenario. I am practically dying, untreated diabetic for nearly a decade. If I had 5 mil I could afford to take care of myself just with the interest on that. As is, I'm just waiting to die anyways. Well, best of luck to your mate. Wish you the best. I wanted to say you overestimate Reddit's will to live, but looks like I underestimated it. I am unsure if I should be proud or disappointed. Edit, spelling. Creds to you /Lieutenant_Worf_. You've got to remember, most of us on Reddit right now are probably adults at work. We have a different view of life than the edgy teens who will answer this when they get out of class. Edit: yes, I'm well aware that it's possible you're on Reddit in class or that you hate your job. I'm definitely aware that Reddit isn't only an American website, and that there are more than a few time zones. Edit 2: yes, depression is a serious issue. No, this comment isn't an accurate blanket statement. If you've actually got something you want to talk about, feel free to PM me. If you're just being pedantic and complaining that I've offended you, go play outside. I'm an adult at work RN and would definitely take that 50/50ths. Worst case I die. No my problem anymore, not like I'm gonna be crippled or anything. If you asked this to me a few days ago I would say the money ain't worth a chance to die. Today sure I will risk it. If I get the money I can leave and start a new life. If I get death then I wouldn't need to start a new life. Also serious question: if I win the money do I have to pay taxes on it? Sounds like a rough breakup, buddy, hang in there. My girlfriend turned into the moon. Two things are always certain, death and taxes. Edit, first time getting all the likes. Didn't think people found this to be so controversial. I'm gonna say this. Even if you don't pay income tax, you still have property tax and sales tax. And to the matter of death. Even if you don't die now in the game of chance, you are still gonna die in due time. Imagine that I do not accept and the next day I get hit by a car, I am invalid and my bill is $5 million. Laughs in European. Edit, oh shoot, thanks a lot for my first silver. I thank you in European. Sad American noises. Is the death painless? If so, yes. Yep, you just drop dead. Then definitely. I wouldn't have even known I died. Win/Winalmayo. Can I keep playing until I get death? What are you suffering from that money can't solve? Ask me again when my seasonal depression kicks in. If it hasn't kicked in by mid/late February I'd say you're doing good. Edit, yes I forgot that the southern _gentleman the fuck autocorrect hemisphere exists. Also turns out you can get it at any point in the year. Mine usually ends in February. If we are speaking about a painless, instant death, it's a win-win scenario. I will be rich or I will receive a better death than my natural one. Bro, if you see, that's technically what Theos did. You had a 50% chance to live and have more resources available to you. But he also did it to trillions of people who had no choice. Currently number. But if I end up homeless and starving for a certain amount of time with no family, I probably would. Edit, this just gave me an idea for a book character. What if someone was in a deadly contest but they have a potential terminal medical issue, and if they don't get the money they'll die anyway? It's probably been done before. But it's kind of like something they might not say at first until they either have a symptom they can't hide, or they grow closer to the protagonist, or they need to confess it in a part of a game. It's called Breaking Bad. I think it all depends on how desperate you are. If you are mounting up debts, have some major stuff go wrong in life, or are in pain, this starts to look like a fairly decent risk-reward ratio. I would not. $5 million is a lot of money, but I couldn't pass up a future with my soon-to-be wife and future children. I'd best not ask my wife if she'd want my $5 million or my death. Her wife bad. I would definitely. I'm already guaranteed death, but no way do I realistically have a shot at $5 million. Let it ride, baby. Yup. Either I'm $5 million richer, or the situation is no longer my problem. I would like to win death. Or $5 million, I guess. TBH, if I win that much money I would no longer wish for death. I'd see this as an absolute win. Money does make people happy. The majority of my problems and others stems from being in poverty. If those problems didn't exist, I'd be so much happier and not wish terrible things upon myself. Money doesn't make you happy, but it does remove a lot of the things that make you unhappy. Sure. Either way, all of your problems are solved. Flips coin, hey look, I won. Man, I would take that chance twice. 3 out of the 4 outcomes in that situation involve death. Probability confuses me, but doesn't that mean there's a 75% of you dying? There would also be a 75% chance of you getting, at least, 5 million, and a 25% chance of getting 10 million, the only time you die. Or am I just being dumb? I completely forgot every lesson I had on probability, so if I'm wrong please correct me. Because it's either money or death, there's only 3 outcomes if you play twice. Because if you die the first time, you don't play the second round. The outcomes are below. Up $5 million, then up $5 million. Up $5 million, then dead, family or other inheritor up $5 million. Dead, tilde tilde then up $5 million tilde tilde. Dead, tilde tilde then dead tilde tilde. Since betting once dead isn't logical, this leaves a 25% chance of being up $10 million, 25% of being up $5 million then dying, and a 50% chance of just being dead. In other words, you've a 75% chance of being dead and only a 50% chance of earning money. No way. I'm worth more than $5 million. I'd rather be able to see my son grow up. Yeah, I agree, it's fairly simple to work out the value of any bet. If the prize is $5 million and there's a 50% chance of winning, then it's only a worthwhile bet if I value my life below $10 million. The real question in this thread is, do you value your life below that threshold? I guess looking at this thread that a lot of people don't value themselves that highly. I hope you all have better days and, of course, never encounter anyone offering this bet for real. Wouldn't you have to value your life at slightly over 5 million? With 50/50 odds, the bet is worth taking as long as the profit exceeds the cost by the tiniest amount. For instance, imagine I bet you on the flip of a coin, heads you give me £1 or tails I give you £1. There's neither mathematical incentive to play nor not to play, since the risk and reward balance. However, if I bet £1 1 pence for every £1 you do, then the risk/reward is in your favor. Logically, you should bet as many times as possible. In this scenario, I'd hope my life is worth more than $5 million. Otherwise, I could probably be earning that by risking jail time. If the prize is $5 million and there's a 50% chance of winning, then it's only a worthwhile bet if I value my life below $10 million. There's an inversion here. You don't value your life at a certain dollar amount. You value a dollar in terms of lifetime consumed, pain endured, risk allowed. No one worth $1 billion would take a 50% chance of death for $5 million, whereas most subordinate office workers, if honest with themselves, would benefit from that deal, because the quality of life hit of having to work, if the only jobs available to you are the subordinate nonsense most people get, is greater than a 50% deduction. The question isn't how many dollars do I value my life at? Because dollars are actually pretty meaningless. Context matters a lot in terms of personal finances. There's a huge difference between $0 and $100,000 but effectively none between $1 billion and $1.0001 billion. The question is, would it double the subjective value of my life if I had $5 million more? Oddly enough, while people make these sorts of decisions all the time, with lower risk levels, usually, they don't make them in a consistent manner. It costs a lot more, for example, to convince chemists to work with dangerous chemicals than it does for them to accept the same number of micromorts worth of commuting.